So this is our map that we're looking at. And our map is the rise and fall of Aztecs, 1427 to 1521. And we've got our map, but we also have this context that's going to help us understand a little bit about what's happening in the map. So we're going to start here. And the context says, Aztec warriors had the reputation of being fierce fighters, and most territories shown on the map were added by force. Okay, so we know we've got fierce fighters added by force, so we're talking about conquest. Okay, so if we scroll back and we look at our map, we have what is today central Mexico in Mesoamerica. This little blue you can kind of see right there is Lake Texcoco with the city of Tenochtitlan right there. And all these different areas, all these different colored blobs are things that were added by the territories that were added by the Aztecs. And if we look over here, it tells us under whose power, which emperor was in control when that territory was added, as well as what years that happened. So we're looking at the colors and they're telling us who did what. So if we scroll down, the first question we can get from our context. So first question is, how were the territories added under Aztec control? And you can answer that question looking at our context right here, completing the sentence. So the next question is, who was the first Aztec ruler to take control of the land around Tenochtitlan? So we'll come back up and we want to see Tenochtitlan. We've got our lake right there. And so we're looking for what colors are around it. So we've got this light purple, this like orangey color, this pink color, and some dark purple. Well, I guess that's not really next to it. But if we look, our question asks for the first Aztec ruler. So if we come over here and we look at, okay, who's the first and is their color there? You can see Itzcoatl was the first in 1427. And he's got this like orangey color, which is this orangey color right here next to the city. So that is going to be our answer there. Let's go ahead and answer that question. The first Aztec ruler to take control of the land around Tenochtitlan was. All right, question number 3. During which years, so this time we're talking about years, during which years did the Aztecs first control the land next to the Gulf of Mexico? So if I come back up, I can see that this right here is the Gulf of Mexico. And again, it's asking for the first. So I'm going to look at my colors. I've got this pink. I've got this light purple. And then I'm going to look over at my key and see that the pink comes before the light purple. And so now I can see that it was Montezuma who was controlling the Aztecs. But when I look here, it's not asking me for which ruler, it's asking me for the years. And the years are going to be right there. Okay, so take a minute. Go ahead and answer that question using the sentence. All right, you got it. So now we're getting into the good stuff. So we've got evidence, analysis. First thing is to describe a specific example of how Aztecs added new lands or ruled over territories. So we can, hey, look, we've already answered that. So we know that they took it over by force, and we want to describe what's some of the land that was taken over. So how would you describe this land that was taken over and which rulers are doing that? So that's what's going to go first here. The map, military conquest, and political power of the Aztecs shows, and then describe what it shows. Okay, and then this is where we're going to describe how it was taken control of. So explain how the Aztecs added new territory under their control. Boom, we did it. We already have that sentence. Heck yeah. And then for every source, we want to take it back to our inquiry question of what made Tenochtitlan a site of encounter. So we want to go back and we want to see How does this support that Tenochtitlan was a site of encounter? How does this map help prove it? And you can say conquest, like taking over with military force, was important in making Tenochtitlan a site of encounter because how is having all of these new territories added to the empire going to make more people travel to the capital city of Tenochtitlan? Why is someone from this area going to travel across to this area? Or why is someone from this area going to travel that way? So why is it that in Tenochtitlan, people are going to come together because of all these new territories? And keep in mind, these people are not originally Aztec. So they're going to have their own cultures that they're going to then take with them to the city of Tenochtitlan. Okay, so take a minute and you're going to answer that question using the sentence starter. All right, it's time for our next source.